right, so before we get into today's main video topic, I got a couple things to address. First off, we just hit 80,000 subscribers this morning, which is awesome. I can't wait to hit 100K. I want my plaque. But anyways, secondly, if you can't tell what this is a very awesome X-Men themed hoodie by Team Liquid. The fine folk over at Team Liquid were kind enough to send me their new collaboration with X-Men and Marvel because they are actually partnered with Marvel. They sent me the jersey too, and my name's on the back of both of them, and it's super cool. So last week I became a man, or an X-Man, and this week I became a boy. Shout out to Gus Johnson and Eddie Burback for giving me a little shout out in the Gus and Eddie podcast. So if you don't already watch the Gus and Eddie podcast, go check that out. And if you don't already watch Gus Johnson and Eddie Burback, you should go watch them because they're really funny dudes. So today we're going to have a little bit more of like a classic rant about something that's really pissing me off lately and is just leaving me like I'm not remotely shocked that it's happening, but I'm disgusting that it's happening. So there's a pretty big illness going around. I don't know if you've heard of it. There's a lot of panic. Some of it's warranted, some not. Australia is running out of toilet paper because they think they're going to be locked inside their homes for an entire year. And the same people buying up all the face masks are the same type of people that aren't going to wash their hands before they eat food. Quick reminder that they are advising you to have a week or two worth of food and medicine, not to protect you from the outside world, but to protect the outside world from you if you get sick. So then you don't have to go out and get things because you already have the things. Beyond that, make sure you're washing your hands more than you normally would, but you should also always be washing your hands with soap and water. Definitely don't eat food before you have a chance to do so. And avoid touching your face, which I understand is super difficult, and I do it all the time, but you know, none of this rinse and walk stuff. You really gotta wash your hands. Not only for general cleanliness, but it's actually the most effective way to kill the virus associated with this illness. And if you do get sick, avoid going out, and if you have to go out, this is the situation where a mask would be beneficial to help stop spreading the germs. Though I will say it's been pretty alarming to see how many people are shocked about the whole hand washing thing, as if they shouldn't have already been doing it. Hearing a lot of stories about dudes that just don't wash their hands after they use the bathroom. There's also people fighting all around the world for masks, which often means the people that actually need them because they're sick or for preventative reasons because they're working with sick people don't have access to them. So that means those people are out there spreading the disease around. And there's also just the tendency that I think we all have to a degree that you never think that you're going to be like the receiving or the like cause of something. So you've got people that get sick and are still going out and doing things because they just don't believe that they could possibly spread it to that many people. So you have people that actually have confirmed illnesses going to concerts and going to different events because they ain't gonna slow down their life for no disease. But yeah, the main masks that were being recommended were the N95s, which seem to be currently going anywhere from like $10 to $24 per masks if they're available on Amazon, and packs of 30 are going for upwards of $200 if people have them available in stock, when apparently 30 of those suckers usually cost about 16 bucks. So the inflation on these are already ridiculous, but don't worry, society has found a way to make it even more so. Because if safety wasn't your main concern, we now have urban air masks. The absolute necessity for people who want to look exactly the same as everyone else wearing a face mask, but feel more important than them. And this Aranum mask, proudly adorned by Goop Empress herself, Gwyneth Paltrow, goes for a whopping $70 to $100. And they're all sold out. Guess she doesn't have much faith in her perfect attendance immune booster. I also find it really interesting that Gwyneth refers to herself in the third person. Paltrow is just going to go ahead and sleep with this thing on the plane. Okay, Paltrow. But I won't nag on that too much. People can spend their money on whatever the hell they want. The shortages are shitty, and the overall misunderstanding of when the masks are most effective kind of sucks, but if you want to spend 70 bucks on one of these things, power to ya. Where I find the real issue is with people like Jim Bakker and all the stay-at-home Sallies trying to peddle their shit essential oils to cure a virus. This virus has a fat layer, meaning that soap and water are the most effective preventative measures to remove the virus from surfaces. Your oregano oil isn't gonna do shit except make your house smell like the dumpster behind an Italian restaurant, Karen. Also, if you don't know who Jim Bakker is, he's a televangelist, so you know he's statistically already one of the shittiest people out there who literally did jail time for fraud. And here he is peddling colloidal silver as a cure. So again, disgraced, jailed, sex scandal, con artist who still somehow has a televangelical platform is trying to sell people a cure for $125. And he's being super careful to dance around actually saying that himself, getting his guests to do the stronger implication.
This influenza that is now circling the globe, you're saying that silver solution would be effective.
Well, let's say it hasn't been tested on this strain of the coronavirus, but it's been tested on other strains of the coronavirus and has been able to eliminate it within 12 hours.
Yeah.
Totally eliminate it, kills it, and deactivates it.
Yeah.
And then it boosts your immune system, so then you can support the recovery, because when you kill the virus, then the immune system comes into action to clear it out. So you want a vibrant immune system as well as an ability to deactivate these viruses.
But there's the banner encouraging people to buy this $125 colloidal silver treatment that went out the window the second we developed antibiotics. And this isn't one of those things where you can do it and it won't actually hurt anything and it might cause some kind of placebo positive mentality thing. Colloidal silver actually has a array of possible very damaging side effects, one of which is actually turning you blue. It's also one of those things that's described as like the miracle cure-all substance. Cancer, colloidal silver. HIV, colloidal silver. Lyme disease? Combat that Lyme with some silver. Here's your colloidal silver. So silver itself does have antibacterial properties, but not observed inside the human body. They've done some stuff in some test tubes, but there's so many possible side effects because the fragments of silver in this are so small that they can actually breach the blood-brain barrier, which opens it up to a bunch of other potential issues inside the human body. Unlike antibiotics, which have been heavily tested in the human body, yes, some people have allergies or sensitivities to certain antibiotics. There's actually like a couple different antibiotics I'm allergic to, but that's why there's a variety of different types, and then you find one that works for you. Most importantly with this situation, because we're dealing with a virus, this has not ever been shown to be effective against viruses, even in test tube settings. Later in this episode, Selman, the expert that they had on, also claimed that silver had been tested by the government as effective against every pathogen it has ever come in contact with. First of all, not true. And secondly, when something gets pitched as a cure-all, run. Run so far in the other direction. Do not touch this stuff. These people are insane. So these claims were actually so extreme that the FDA, the FTC, the Healthcare Bureau, and the New York Attorney General ordered Bakker to cease and desist all medical claims of this nature due to how dangerous these recommendations are. Obviously, we are dealing with a situation where a lot of people are panicking and they're looking for any kind of edge they can get on a situation. These warnings were also issued to a slew of other businesses and individual companies that were trying to make the same claims, all saying that there is no supported evidence for anything that they are saying around these products. I feel bad, but honestly, anyone who believes a televangelist, and especially a televangelist who has specifically gone to jail before for scamming people, honestly deserved to turn blue after spending $125 on this. And as expected, we are seeing the same thing out of the essential oil companies. Now, the companies themselves have been hit for making false medical claims before, specifically doTERRA and Young Living have been hit with like massive fines for making false medical statements that are not approved or approved by any kind of administration, medical, food, or otherwise. But it doesn't stop the boss babes who'd rather work 24/7 and be on their phone all the time and alienate everyone who's ever mattered in their lives rather than work a 9 to 5 from telling people all sorts of bullshit stories about how oregano oil can stop this disease in its tracks. And here's some posts from some of those people. Mommy Getaway starts now, and we are saved from the coronavirus with thieves. Destination to be announced, but Blue Water and Beach is calling my name. Hint, hint. So thieves is one of those ones that's like a combination of a few different things, including like cinnamon. It's actually been shown to cause massive amounts of skin irritations because of the compounds that are in it. It also cannot kill the coronavirus. It will not prevent you from getting the coronavirus, and should not be ingested. Per Dr. Wendy, using doTERRA essential oils to protect against coronavirus is done by attacking on several fronts. So in the diffusers, lemongrass and geranium, internal, on guard, thieves, and melaleuca, which I think that one might be tea tree oil, which again can burn. Use the On Guard hand wash and breathe the oil on your chest regularly. Oregano internally if you will feel exposed or at risk. Don't do any of this. Don't do any of this. If you like the smell of some of the stuff in diffusers, sure. If you find it might help with like congestion and stuff, sure. Do not ingest all of these things and think that you are protecting yourself against the coronavirus, because you are not. And none of these findings are scientifically backed. And doTERRA has specifically been called out for making false medical claims in the past. So do not listen to this. And I'm sure Dr. Wendy is not a doctor. So what's in your pocket? Take that, coronavirus, basically stating that, again, Melaleuca, which I guess was tea tree, Manuka, which is Leptospermum something, and On Guard, which is apparently thieves, but their own blend of it for doTERRA. And this is how you're going to combat coronavirus and not get it. This person has kids. Immune support workshop with essential oils. Hey neighbors, I'm hosting a workshop next Sunday, March 8th at my house to help educate on ways to boost your immune system with essential oils and natural products. You're inviting a bunch of people into your home because you're worried about an illness outbreak. Okay. With all the germs and viruses going around, I want to invite you to come make an immune-boosting roll-on, foaming hand soap, and an all-purpose cleaner that kills 99.9% of all germs without the scary, toxic ingredients found in conventional cleaners. The cost is $5 per person, and I will have a couple door prizes. Bring a friend for an extra raffle ticket, and let's have some fun in the midst of this craziness. Let me know if you're interested so I can plan enough supplies. I think where I got this from, they said that the whole thing was like shut down, and the group, it was all reported. So hopefully this immune support workshop did not happen. Taking no chances. What if someone sneezed coronavirus all over my veggies? And then a picture of Thieves fruit and veggie spray? Wash your vegetables with soap and water. It's been told time and time again that soap is the most effective way to get rid of this virus. Also, why would I want my vegetables to taste like this? It's a blend of 6 different essential oils. Yeah, it's a mix of cinnamon, clove, eucalyptus, which can actually be extremely harmful for people with asthma, and there's a lot of people with eucalyptus allergies, lemon and rosemary. These are things that maybe I would cook my vegetables around, but I don't want my fruit to taste like rosemary and clove. So, coronavirus, it's all over the news and gloom and doom. Here's a tip. Oregano oil is natural and kills the virus. I've researched this and looked for a couple weeks at articles. I use doTERRA oils and have bought oregano oil to have on hand. Go see my girl, blah, 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 on her FB page. Wash your hands and sing happy birthday real slow, and I firmly believe nature is all we need. Posting this because people are going nuts and paying ridiculous prices for products because companies are feeding off their fears. Look at yourself. Just look at yourself. Look at yourself. Looking for hand sanitizers? doTERRA has a wonderful purse on-the-go size blend of natural ingredients that kills 99.9% of germs and bacteria without drying out your skin. Perfect for spraying down gas station pump handles, shipping carts, airplane tray tables, doorknobs, and of course, your own hands. It works better than any chemical-based sanitizers and smells wonderful too. So then after that, and talking about how she's gonna be making orders for people, you got this person who was all like, these are the ones approved by the EPA that are effective against the virus, and obviously doTERRA is not there. On Guard is not there. You know, they say, I guess we should clarify our love for doTERRA On Guard. These projects are truly proven with science to be the only all-natural, chemical-free products on the market that kill bacteria and viruses. That means there are no nasty side effects to suffer from by using. More importantly, it boosts your immune system, which I guess you could call a positive side effect. I do love doTERRA and highly encourage everyone to research and read science. No, not internet blogs/opinions that are written by those who didn't research and read the scientific proof. This list was the EPA, not a blog. They tested the ones for COVID. I didn't see this one on their list. And now that there's coronavirus in New Jersey and Pennsylvania, I think I will rely on scientists. This is where it really all comes together for me. The EPA won't list On Guard because it isn't FDA approved. You just said it was backed by science, but it can't even get FDA approved. doTERRA has not been pursuing because when the FDA can control what is and is not released and said. However, doTERRA is FDA compliant. That just means that their facilities are compliant. You are free to use what products you trust, but as for me and my family, we trust and are thankful to not deal with the side effects of EPA approved products. Like, are you trying to say that Purell is like gonna kill us? Like, if anything, all of the extra stuff you have in doTERRA is more likely to cause side effects for other people due to allergies allergies versus something like Purell, which is just basically alcohol and aloe. Coronavirus is about to become Karenavirus real fast. And on top of people using this as an excuse to peddle their products, others are actually using it as a recruitment opportunity. If you were quarantined and forced to stay home for 1 month to 1 year due to a pandemic, would you still be able to generate an income? I can make sure you do. Ask me how. What if coronavirus hits your town and your kid's school shuts down and you're forced to homeschool them? Do you have a backup plan or the flexibility to stay home and be there for them? I offer a simple solution here for those looking for that backup plan, part-time or full-time. Let's protect our families the best way we can from what is soon to become a town near you, if not your own. Also, if everyone is quarantined and mostly unable to work, who could buy whatever shit, dietary, fitness, makeup, or essential oils that you're peddling? Vultures. All of them. But even the people that are selling the stuff that could potentially prevent this, like hand sanitizers, are selling hand sanitizers that don't even have alcohol in them. And the World Health Organization specifically said that the sanitizer has to be at least 60% alcohol to have any kind of effect on this virus. Also, again, the most effective way to protect yourself against this is with soap and water. Something like hand sanitizer is just supposed to be able to kind of like help protect you out in the outside world, and then you're supposed to wash very vigorously once you get home. So be wary of the naturopath snake oil salesman. Some people genuinely believe they're helping, but we just do not have time for this level of stupidity. So if you see it, call it out. Wash your goddamn hands with soap. Also, I'm really sick of this whole natural is better shtick. Like, your piss and shit is all natural, and even though you might be behaving like somebody who would, rub their feces all over the place, I know you don't think it's healthy. Poison berries, poison mushrooms, poison oak, all things that are natural that you would not want to be ingesting or rubbing on yourself. Obviously, there are a lot of great natural things out there and things that can genuinely help, but most of these people do not have your best interest in mind. And we could really easily just say that some of this is natural selection, and they're just gonna be the ones that get sick, but they're going to be the ones getting sick, spreading it to other people because they think their oils are actually going to prevent them from spreading germs, all the while making full recoveries while grandparents and immune-suppressed loved ones die. They'll probably never even admit that they were sick, and if they do, they'll say they made a speedy recovery thanks to their lemon myrtle. Like, luckily, YouTube is trying to do their part to remove a lot of these videos that are making false claims, and if they can't actually remove the video, they have like the official information card linked underneath, but people that believe this stuff aren't going to be looking at those links, and they're not going to be believing those links. So overall, be smart out there, wash your hands, and if you see people not washing their hands, it is okay to be the dick that says, hey man, wash your goddamn hands. And it's okay to go up to parents whose little mouth breathers are coughing up a storm, not doing the vampire cough, and say, hey, your kid's about to be a super spreader. And then run when they threaten to call the cops because that sounds really inappropriate. And you just say, hey man, just make sure your kid's spreading their germs. Just don't. Be safe. Be smart. Jim Bakker, you're a dick. So thank you all so much for watching. Have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you all later.